Morning students. So today discuss about in this video thermodynamics chapter class 11 intermediate first year. So especially focus on thermodynamic state variables and equation of the state. So what is the thermodynamic state variables? So these state variables, the state variables are macroscopic variable. What is the variables? Macroscopic. Okay, so the macroscopic variables. So what is the macroscopic variable? So it is having some specific values. Okay, it is having some specific values. What is the values? For example, pressure, volume, temperature, mass of the gas, like this. So these specific values, it is described, or completely describe the equilibrium of state of thermodynamic system. So what is the state variable? The state variable is a macroscopic variables. What is the variables? It is a macroscopic variable. So what is the macroscopic variables? Whose specific values, that is pressure, volume, temperature, is a complete to describe the equilibrium state of the system. For example, here let us take, so this is a one cylinder. It is having the some piston, so it is having some gas inside, some gas. Okay, suppose this gas is a equilibrium position. Suppose I am taking the gas is a equilibrium position with respect to surroundings. So this gas is having is a specified some values, specified some coordinates. What is the coordinates? Pressure, volume, temperature, or mass of the gas, or density, like this. So this is the variables is called state variable. So state variables means it is a specified or described complete equilibrium of the thermodynamical system. Is it always thermodynamics equilibrium? Okay, second one. Is it always thermodynamic equilibrium? There is no chance always thermodynamic equilibrium. For example, here. So let us take, so this is a room. Okay, so room is dividing two parts. So this is the first part and the second part. So second part is a complete vacuum. In the first two parts some gas is there, gas. Okay, so this is some separate part. Now this separate part is removed. What happened? Okay, so here this separate part is removed. The gas is a free expansion. What is the expansion? The gas is a free expansion. So in this case the pressure, volume and temperature is changes is very fastly. Okay, abruptly changes. The pressure, volume, temperature. Initial pressure P1, volume V1, T1. So when these gases expansion is very freely in a vacuum, the pressure, volume, temperature is a changes. It is not give the equilibrium state. It is not give the equilibrium state. It is a state is a non-equilibrium state. Non-equilibrium state. So this is a non-equilibrium state example. Or some explosion of, and second one, third one, some explosion of gases, it's give chemical reaction. So due to rapid expansion of the pressure, volume and temperature, it is not give the equilibrium state. Okay, so the state variables is especially is explain equilibrium state. And second one, in this one, second one, what is the equation of the state? Second one, equation it is having a small definition. The equation of the state. What is the equation of the state? So these relations between the relation between state variables, relation between state variables is called equation of state. For example here, so PV is equal to nRT or mu RT. This is our equation. This is one equation of the state. So in this equation of the state, PV is equal to nRT. So for a given mass or mole of the gas, here how many independent variable? Two independent variables. Two independent variables. What is the variables in this above equation? One is pressure and volume. Pressure and volume, or temperature and volume. So this pressure and volume and temperature and volume is two independent variables. These two variables, state variables, is explained some equation, the relation between the state variables, some relation is given. So due to of the state variable, that is equation is called equation of the state. So in the real gases is very complicated equation of the state. What is our note? In the real gases, especially in the real gases, okay, so in the real gases is a very complicated, okay, the complicated equation of the state. So this is calls about of a equation of state. And third one, extensive and intensive variables. Okay, so generally in a thermodynamics, how many variables? Two types of variables. Okay, so one is extensive variables. Extensive, what is meaning of extensive variables? These extensive variables indicate size of the system. Size of the system, it is indicated size of the system. And in extensive, okay, intensive variables, it is do not indicate size of the, for example here let us take for example. So here I am taking the thermodynamic equilibrium of the gas. Okay, so here this is a thermodynamic equilibrium of the gas. So this is the thermodynamic equilibrium state dividing two parts. Okay, so this is a one cylinder, it is a for example this is a thermodynamic state. Okay, so the thermodynamic states is it is a equilibrium. Initially we dividing two parts. So here in this one, what is the pressure, temperature and density? Is it changes? We dividing pressure, temperature and density. So it is not changes, do not change. But which is changes? Internal energy change, volume change, mass change. How much change? It is a half. Their internal energy half. What is the volume? Total volume V. Here 1 by 2, 1 by 2, half of the volume. Mass also change, internal energy. So some is not change variable, some is variable. So this is here the as they change, they are called extensive variables. Change that extensive. This is a extensive variable. This is a intensive variable. So here what is the intensive variable? The intensive variables is pressure, temperature, density. Pressure, temperature, density. So this is about of a state variables and extensive intensity variables and equation of state. Next process, quasi-static process. So what is the quasi-static process? Can be defined, okay, can be defined as infinitesimally slow process infinitesimally slow process in which the system remains thermal and mechanical equilibrium with surroundings at each and every intermediate stage. So this is state is called static process. In the quasi static process, what happens? So let us take this is a one system. Okay, so this is a one system, right? So here this is a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 states is there, for example. So in this one, pressure P1 V1, some T1 temperature, P2 V2 T2, P3 V3 T3, P4 V4 T4. What is the quasi-static process? Infinitesimally slow process. It is a very slow process. The gas is expand is very slowly. Okay, the gas is expand is very slowly. What happened at 1 2 3 4 process, their thermal and mechanical equilibrium is a constant with the surroundings. Every intermediate stage, their thermal and mechanical equilibrium with surrounding. So this is process is called quasi-static process. Here I am taking a very good example. So let us take so this is a one piston. Let us take one cylinder. The cylinder is having some piston, right? So this is a one piston. Okay, so inside some gas is there. Okay, so what is the pressure? P, initial pressure P, and volume V, and temperature T. Okay, so here I am taking some very small weights. So this is a very small weights is placed on the piston. Okay, so this is a small weights, very small weights. Okay, the small weights is placed on the system. What happened? So when the small weights is placed on piston or cylinder, see what happened? So this piston is moving like this. The piston is moving. So that is it is a gas is compressed. What happened? The gas is compressed because it is comes down. The piston is dispersed, is comes down. The gas. So what happened after certain time? Inside of the gas is a thermal equilibrium. So this is a inside of the gas is a thermally equilibrium and mechanical equilibrium with surroundings. So now what happened? So this mass is removed. So first one mass is removed. Mass will be removed. So this is a thermal equilibrium. What is the pressure? I am taking P1, V1, temperature T1. So M1 mass is removed. What happened? This piston is moving some very small height. So in this one, what is the pressure? Pressure changes P2, volume changes T2, temperature also changes T2. And another second weight also removed. What happened? The piston is moving in the this is the second position. So in this one, pressure changes, volume changes, temperature changes. And now third weight also removed. It is going to the original position. So what is your observation? So at initially thermal equilibrium position, when the weights will be removed, the pressure, volume, temperature is changes is very small. Very small. Here it is a very small changes, approximately you can taking the zero values. So therefore delta V change in volume, delta P change in pressure, delta T change in temperature is very small changes. very small changes with respect to surroundings. So therefore this 1, 2 and 3 states, 1, 2, 3 states is attain equilibrium with the surroundings, equilibrium with the surroundings. So this is process is called quasi-static process, quasi-static process. Here I am taking next one. Suppose all mass removed at a time, at a time. So this is the first mass, second mass, third mass, is all masses is removed at a time, fast, very fast. What happened? This piston is moving, is expansion is more expansion, more expansion. In this case what happened? The gas, final gas is not equilibrium, final gas is not equilibrium. So when, so what is the quasi-static process? Any intermediate states, all gas will be maintained thermal and mechanical equilibrium. So that is process is called quasi-static process. But if all these three weights will be removed, what happen? It is gases expand is very fastly, abruptly. Okay, so this is a not a quasi-static process. Cyclic process. So what is the definition of the cyclic process? A process in which system undergoes, in which system undergoes series of changes and which returns the system back to its initial state. Its initial state is known as a cyclic process. Okay, what is the cyclic process? The process, a process in which system undergoes series of changes which returns to back to its original position, initial state. So that is called cyclic process. Here I am taking, for example, I am taking one graph. So this is a one graph. Here this is a pressure and volume and x-axis and y-axis. Okay, here I am taking one cylinder, right? The cylinder is having the some gas. At initially gas is there. Okay, so at initially the gas is a thermal equilibrium. So what is the pressure? P1, volume V1 and T1. So in this one, in the capital A is indicated, P1 T1, P1 V1 T1 position. So I'll give some amount of a heat. What happened? Okay, the gas is absorbing. So this piston is moving some particular height. It is an expansion. Okay, now these after expansion, what is the pressure? P2, V2, T2. So it is reach another point to B point. Okay, B is equal to P2, V2, T2. So here the more heat is given, what happened? The piston is, the gas is more expansion. It is reaching another point to C points. So at this one pressure P3, V3, T3. So we draw one line. So A to B, it is a one process, and B to C another process. Okay, so these all are, I'll give some amount of a heat at first state A to B, B to C. What happened? The states will be changes. That is A to B to C. Three states will be changes. Now the same amount of heat will be removed. What happened next case? Removed the same amount. So here the same amount of heat will be removed. What happened? So it is C2 some another position B1 dash, and the some amount of heat will be removed. It is a come back to original position A. So what is your observation in this graph? So when the particle, so that is a gas is equilibrium A position, so it is moving the process A to B and B to C, you can reach the final position, final position, and it is returns come back C to B and B to A, so finally it is reach the same state, it is a reach the same state. So this is process is called cyclic process. This process is called cyclic process. What is the cyclic process? The series of changes which returns to system back to its initial state. So this process, that is A to B, B to C, it is a changes, it is a come back to the same position. So that is process is called cyclic process. In this cyclic process, what happened? Some external work done, some external work done in the cyclic process. What happened? The heat is given to the gas during the process is found in the form of external work. And second point, so in this cyclic process, internal energy is equal to constant. Please remember, what is the constant? Internal energy is constant. What is the change in internal energy? Du is equal to U final minus U initial is equal to 0. There is no change in internal energy in the cyclic process. So it is give some external work done. What is the internal energy? Internal energy is equal to constant. So du is equal to 0. So the change in internal, du means change in internal energy. The change in internal energy of a cyclic process, of a cyclic process, what is the value? What is the value? 0 value. So we know that du is directly proportional to d2. Internal energy will be changes, automatically temperature also change, but the du is equal to 0. What is the dt? dt also 0. So therefore temperature remains a constant. So in the cyclic process, which is constant, temperature remains constant. So by apply first law of thermodynamics, so dq is equal to du plus dw. Okay, so here du is equal to 0. So what happened? dq is equal to dw. What is the dq is equal to dw? The heat is given to the system is equal to some external work is done. 100% heat is given to the gas, so therefore the 100% work is done. So this is the process is called a cyclic process. For example, in the cyclic process, so ice is converted to water, ice is converted to water, and the water is converted to ice. Ice is converted to water and water is converted to ice. The same, water is converted to steam, steam, and the steam is converted to water. This is the process is called cyclic process. And what is the second process? Non-cyclic process. So what is the non-cyclic process? Is very simple. It is not to come back to original position. Okay, the process, a process which is not come back its original positions, original positions or original state. That is process is called non-cyclic process. For example, in the cylinder, generally in your home, cylinder is there. Okay, suppose the gas is going to outside, the gas is leakage. Now this gas is coming to inside? No. And cycle tube and cycle tire. Okay, so here some wall expansions. Okay, suppose the cycle tube is a burst. What happened? The air is going to outside. It is a come back to the initial positions. No, so this is all our non-cyclic process. In the non-cyclic process, it is not come back to A to B, A, B, C to C to A. It is not come back to A position, initial position. So that is process is called non-cyclic process. Generally the free expansion of the gases. Okay, what is the free expansion? So free expansion. Okay, the free expansion of gas, free expansion of the gas. So what is the free expansion of the gas in the adiabatical process? So especially in the free expansion in the gas in the adiabatical process, there is no work is performed on or by the system in the free expansion. What is the free expansion? So let us take this is the one gas chamber. So this is a vacuum, this is a gas chamber. So this is a vacuum, is an empty place. It is connected to one pipe. Inside one tube is there, rubber tube. Suppose this tube, this is a gas, the tube is open, this gas is a free expansion. Okay, in this free expansion, how much work is done? dW is equal to 0. No work is done in the free expansion, especially in the free expansion. So what is the dq value? dq is equal to 0. So dW 0, dq 0. What is the change in internal energy? Internal energy also 0. In the free expansion, there is no work done, there is no heat released, and there is a change in internal energy will be 0. In a free expansion, these all terms will be 0. The gas is freely expand one place to another places. So generally there are two process, especially in the gases. One is reversible process, another is irreversible process. So what is the reversible process and what is the irreversible process? So the reversible process, it is a retract or retracted back in the opposite direction in such a way that, okay, it is a in such a way that system passes through the same states as in the direct process and finally the system and surroundings returns to their original states with no other change anywhere is called reversible process. Okay, so the reversible process means there is a two types of the process, reversible and irreversible process. So in the reversible process, here A is the one position, after some conditions it is a changes A to B position, and B to C, it is a come back to same process. Okay, it is a come back to the same process in the same direction. For example, this is the ice cube is there, ice cube. Okay, the ice cube is converted to water at 0 degrees, both are 0 degrees. Now this water is placed in the fridge. What happened? This water is the same process is going occur. The water is the same process is going occur. After some time, it is given the ice cube. This is a process is called a reversible process. And the water and steam relation also, Peltier effect, Seebeck, some effects is there. So here, so it is a retract back in the opposite direction in such a way that system passes through the same state in the direct process, and finally the system and surroundings return to their original state. This is process is called a reversible process. This process is called a reversible process. In the irreversible process, it cannot retract back in the opposite direction, exactly opposite direction is called irreversible process. In the irreversible process, example, free expansion of the gas. Irreversible example, free expansion of the gas. And cylinder gas leakage. Okay, the gas leakage in the cylinder, it is not come back to cylinder. Okay, and some spark, mixture of the petrol and air. Okay, the petrol and air ignited, spark producing, the spark cannot be reversed. So this is R. For example, rubbing hands. Okay, rubbing hands. If they rub the hands, what happen? Heat is produced. Heat is producing in the opposite direction. Two hands is rubbing, the heat is producing, but this heat is not given to the any process. So therefore there is a two process. One is a reversible and irreversible process. Second law of thermodynamics. So we know that first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics. So in the first law of thermodynamics, so we know that what is the equation of the first law of thermodynamics? dq is equal to du plus dw. So it is explain law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. Okay, the first law of thermodynamics explains law of the conservation of energy and gives equivalence between mechanical work and heat produced. Okay, just relation gives the mechanical work and heat. So what is the drawback of the first law of thermodynamics? It does not give any idea about conversion of heat into work. How much heat is conversion of the work? It is not explained to first law of thermodynamics. What is the drawback? So does not give any explanation, any conversion of how much heat is converted to work done. This is a one drawback. And second drawback, it does not explain about the direction. So that is the direction in which heat transfer take place. So generally the hot bodies move to cold body, or cold bodies move the hot bodies. The temperature moving hot to cold or cold to hot, it is not explained by the first law of thermodynamics. So therefore the second law is introduced. This is the second law, is a fundamental law of a nature. So it is explained. Second law explain. What is the explain in the second law? So this second law is explain always to heat can flow hot body to cold body. So the second law is explain always the heat is flowing hot body to cold body by itself. So some specially two statements is there. Okay, two statements of the is very important in a second law of a thermodynamics. The first one, Kelvin Planck statement. Kelvin Planck statement. This is the first statement. Second one, Clausius statement. So the first one I will explain. So what is the Kelvin Planck statement? So no process is possible whose solo result is the absorption of heat from a reservoir heat reservoir, and complete conversion of heat into work. So this is a statement, is a Kelvin-Planck statement. So according to Kelvin-Planck statement, there is no process is possible whose sole result in the absorption of the heat from the reservoir and complete conversion of the heat source. It means, so what is the meaning of this Kelvin-Planck statement? Suppose let us take hot coffee. This is a one hot coffee, right? This is a very hot coffee is there. Okay, for example, 80 degrees coffee is there. Their surrounding temperature is equal to 30 degrees. Surrounding temperature is 30 degrees. So what happen after 20 minutes? 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour. So this 80 degrees temperature will be decreases 80, 50 degrees and 40 degrees, finally reach 30 degrees. This is the lowest temperature. So after 30 degrees it is a decreases 20 degrees, 10 degrees, 0 degree. Is it possible below the 30 degrees? Below the room temperature it is not possible. This is a explained Kelvin-Planck statement. No process is a possible whose sole result absorption of the heat. This is a 80 degrees. The coffee or tea is absorption of the heat in the reservoir. Okay, so it is a complete conversion of heat into work. Okay, it is not conversion of 100% heat into work. Heat into work. Suppose it is give 80 degree, it is a 100% is a heat is converted to work. There is no possible. There is no possible. That is called Kelvin-Planck statement. So the according to Kelvin-Planck statements, any object not complete conversion of the heat into work 100%. Okay, suppose I will give some amount of a heat, it is a converted to completely work. So it is not possible. It is not possible, and it is absorption of heat from the reservoir. It is a cools up to room temperature, up to room temperature. So this is a statement is called Kelvin-Planck statement. And second one, Clausius. Okay, Clausius statement. Okay, what is the Clausius statement? So the no process, here also no process is possible whose sole result is a transfer of heat from colder object to hotter object. Suppose here, so let us take this a cold object 20 degrees C. So this cold object itself gain the energy. Okay, so at the 20 degrees one coffee is there or water is there, water 20 degrees. Without external agency, their object is not gain the energy, so in this process, so here 30 degrees is there, 80 degrees to gas or water is converted to 30 degrees. Below the temperature it is not possible. Below the temperature is not possible. When is possible? Suppose the water bottle is there. So this water bottle, water is the 30 degrees is there. Now this object below the temperature is a possible. There is no possible. That is a Clausius statement. So when is possible? Some external agency, if you put the freeze, this water bottle, put the freeze, so it is a lower than the temperature. So that is no process is possible whose solo result transfer of heat from colder to hotter object. Okay, it is not possible. The colder to hotter means it is below the room temperature. This is a Kelvin-Planck statement. Just it is a how much conversion of the heat into work. The heat is flowing up to room temperature. And the Clausius statement, below the room temperature is not decreases. If you decrease by using an external agency. So this is called Clausius statement. So this is a second law of a thermodynamics. So this is a complete about of a thermodynamics is the different process. So thank you one and all. Thank you.